Hey, Bronx Arena High School student. So you just finished a challenge or a task, and your teacher has asked you to evaluate your responses. Every time we ask you to evaluate your responses, we're going to be asking you to talk about how you demonstrated competency in a particular challenge or challenges. What we mean by that is only that we're going to be asking you if you showed yourself doing a skill we're looking for and how you showed that you demonstrated that skill. For instance, in this particular assignment that we're going to be looking at, a student has been being evaluated on the competency, follow and or describe a procedure correctly. Each of these different columns talk about two different ways you could do that. One is in the proficient category and one is in the exemplary category. You'll notice small changes between the language of these two. For instance, this one in the exemplary says fully completed in a well-developed manner, while in the proficient category it says are submitted or completed in a satisfactory manner. So this is a proficient demonstration of this competency, and this is an exemplary demonstration of this competency. You may also be working with a different set of competencies. For instance, you may run into something where it will look a little bit more like this. So it will be a single word over here, which is still one of the skills that we're looking for, and different levels of demonstration of that competency, ranging from learning to nuanced. Each of these work in kind of the same way. On the top row, you will see some broad language about how that thing can be demonstrated. So how could you evaluate in these three ways? The same is true in this rubric. So this is how one could follow and or describe a procedure correctly, and these are kind of the two ways ranging from proficient to exemplary. The next thing you'll notice is below them are some less general language that's very specific to the thing you're working on right now. For instance, here it'll say all key questions are answered, and then over in the exemplary column it will say all key questions answered clearly and succinctly. What we're going to be asking you to do is choosing where you fall between each of these bullets. For instance, in this one, this student has selected and stated that they have demonstrated the ability to follow and or describe a procedure correctly by answering all key questions and answering them clearly and succinctly. Right? That's what they did in this one. Their justification for that is over here. So the student said, I answered all questions clearly and succinctly. An example of a succinct response was my first paragraph, where I clearly and directly answered the question, what tools are available for you at Bronx Arena High School to help support you in reaching your goals? So each time you're looking at one of these things, you're going to be asked to choose where you fall, whether you're in the proficient category, exemplary, or in neither. If you're in neither, you should probably go back and revise to make sure that you fit into one of these two categories. I'm going to give you a quick example of how this can be done for a student. So a student might read through here, and they are looking specifically to figure out if they follow and or describe the procedure correctly by looking at some scenarios. So scenarios are complete and include at least one tool from Arena to support the student's decision, and an exemplary example of this would be scenarios are completed and include at least 3 tools from Arena to support the student's decision. So this student, after going back and looking at their work, may look at their work and find that in each paragraph they answered the scenarios using a different tool, but only talked about a single tool in each response. As a result, this student cannot say that they've demonstrated this particular procedure at an exemplary level. They'd have to say that they fall into this category. So to do so, to demonstrate that understanding, what you'll do is you'll just select the bullet that you're going to highlight, click up on your text color, highlight, and give it some kind of background color. So when your teacher looks at it, they can say, this student believes that they're in these places, and this is why they believe they're in those two areas. So this student is somewhere between a proficient and exemplary, specifically in this area. So for each different thing that you have on your rubric, you're going to be asked to do that. Always choose between one, either the bullet over on the left side and the bullet on the right side. and make sure that one kind of per row is highlighted to demonstrate your ability to hit on those competencies. Good luck.